What was DB Slayton like?
I was strapping for real.
Why are you laughing? What's going on?
It's like the worst possible question for me.
LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Ooh, without hesitation. Wait, hold on. Did you even see Jordan play?
Oh my, here we go.
I'm just asking.
Well, Shep was different though. This man cranks his G-Wagon, and I'm talking boom, 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 boom. I was like, whoa. I was in the passenger seat like, hey, man. Like, off the rip? Like, this is how you start your day?
What's up, guys? Victor Cruz here, and welcome to the Players Lounge, where we have players come through in all walks of life, and we have conversations with them about everything they do and they enjoy on and off the field. And today, I am accompanied by a phenomenal wide receiver for the New York Football Giants, speedster extraordinaire, Darius Slayton. What up, bro?
What up?
How you feeling, man? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm blessed.
All right, awesome. I want to get right into it, man. Are you the fastest guy on the team? Like, I need to know right now, what's the vibe? Are you the fastest guy? Are you claiming that title right now on the Players Lounge where everybody's going to see this? You know what I'm saying? We're going to clip this out and make sure everybody sees it. Are you the fastest guy on the team?
I have claimed that title my whole career, but as I have aged and gotten heavier.
You ain't that old. Stop it.
Nah, really not aged, really heavy. I've just gotten heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have to give it to Turbo.
Okay.
Or Jalen Hyatt, young guys, speedsters. I still think in my best rep, it'll be close.
Okay.
But on day to day, they definitely got me.
Yeah, it's amazing how, like, now you're 6 years in, right? It's amazing how you reach that point where, like, younger kids coming in, younger guys, younger rookies, and you start to see it and you be like, damn, I remember what it was when I was 21 or 20 coming into the league.
Didn't have to stretch.
Just do one little split and be out there running around crazy. Tell me, like, in 6 years, like, what have you learned? What have you, how do you feel after 6 years in the NFL?
I mean, all in all, I feel pretty good, but I mean, I feel like I've learned a lot. Even though I've only been on this team, we've had a lot of players here, a lot of different staffs here since I've been here. So I feel like I've been around a lot of different, types of people in the league. And, I've tried to learn a lot from guys, whether it be in my room or other rooms, whatever. Yeah. And just try to take all the information I can. And then, now it's kind of ironically like I'm almost in position of being the older guy. So now, there's still times where I learn even from some of the young guys, because there's always something new coming from college that's coming to the league or, whatever, a concept or a way of doing something. And, it's a constant learning process in this game.
Yeah, I was the same way. I remember when Odell came into the building and just seeing, I thought I was a guy that, like, worked hard, that stayed late, that, like, did all the little things while we were playing. But, like, Odell took that to the next level. Like, he'd be out an hour early catching balls. He'd be on the jug machine, catching the ball on the floor, on the ground, backwards. And I'm like, oh, like, that's a different level of work ethic that I didn't know existed. So I understand exactly what you mean now. You were a former track star in high school, right? Like, and then you were also a DB in high school?
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about DB Slayton. What was your back pedal like? How many interceptions did you have? Like, what was DB Slayton like?
I was strapping for real.
We got to pull the film. I'm sure we got some visuals on that we can pull
tape.
Up.
I'm just saying, I was locked up. Most people would tell you, that I was better at defense than I was offense.
Really?
And that was actually how I got offers. I got a lot of offers for corner, and then kind of as your status grows as a recruit, I think after my junior season, I told schools, I was like, I don't want to play defense. I want to play offense. Yeah. And there were some schools that were like, look, we'll take you as both. Some schools were like, cool, we'll take you as a receiver. But there's actually a couple schools that were like, nah, like, we just want you as a corner. Like, we don't think that, you're a receiver, whatever. So, and this was like my coaches, like local media, like everybody was like, man, like if you go be a corner, like, you'll be first round pick one day, all this stuff. And like, I used to think about it and, really, the final straw was like when I started taking visits. Yeah. And like I went to Alabama and I saw Derrick Henry. Then I went to Georgia and I saw Todd Gurley. I was like, no. I was like, this isn't the life I'm about to live. Like, I'm not banging out with these guys every Saturday. So, it's funny because I love the competitive part of DB of like guarding somebody and like, oh, everybody's like, oh, this guy can't be covered. When you go out there, you cover him. Like, I love that aspect, but I wasn't trying to be wrestling these bears they got running the ball.
I don't blame you one bit. What was a better feeling for you, like catching like a 70-yard bomb for a touchdown, or like a big interception return, either for a touchdown or like a long return?
Yeah, I think I always loved having the ball in my hands more and scoring and making plays more. But I love to compete too. So defense appealed in that way from a competitive aspect, because it's it's kind of like the odds are against you when you're on defense, because you're trying to stop what everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
Versus on offense, everybody wants you to score and score touchdowns and all that. So, it was fun. Every now and then I'm like, I think I can still do it.
Yeah.
But obviously, definitely not.
It's that receiver in this dog. Like, there's just something about like the fans and the energy from scoring a big touchdown that could change the complexion of the game or win the game. That's the feeling that really just took over, especially for me, like coming from high school to the college level and then at the pros. There's just something about like scoring a touchdown in front of 70,000. That's just a different feeling. Yeah. Nothing like that at all. Gearing back to the track aspect for a little bit, like if you were, the Olympics just passed, we saw Noah Lyles doing his thing in the 100, 200 and all of that. Where do you think you would rank, or if you had to race Noah Lyles, or if you were in the Olympics, like where would you rank yourself in that 100 or 200 meter dash?
The 100 doors are getting blown
out the gate, because that was the 100 is like, I ran 100 in high school a little bit too, and it's like it's about them first 8 steps, like out the blocks. If you ain't firing out the blocks, it's done.
Yeah,
it's done.
I don't live a life of delusion. 100's done. I think if I really trained hard and was just purely a track runner, I think I could have been a good 200-meter runner. That was my best race. I think I could have been a good 200-meter runner. Probably not world class, but I'd have been like, at the trials, like the guy coming in 7th.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me your thoughts about Tyreek Hill going up against potentially Noah Lyles. Like, who do you think will win in that scenario? Because Tyreek Hill's fast. I think he could do it. I think he's got a chance. I mean, but Noah's obviously world class. But like, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think 100 meters is kind of no conversation. I think obviously Noah's going to beat him at 100 meters. But I feel like a lot of fast football players haven't ran track and talk about, oh, they could outrun a track person. But like, unless you've got on that rubber and put them spikes on, like, it's just different. Mm-hmm. So, but like I was a freshman in high school and Tyreek was a senior in high school.
Okay.
And so I remember watching him at the Georgia State track meet when he ran like 10-1 in the 100, and he ran whatever, it was like 20 point or something like that in a 200, something crazy.
Yep.
So it's like in a 60 meter, like Tyreek has world class, like legitimate world class speed. So it's like, it's not too crazy to say like, and Noah Lyles isn't a great starter.
Yeah.
So it's not too crazy to say.
We've seen that. We've seen him not have the best starts.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not too crazy to say like in a 60 meter, Tyreek might get him.
Yeah. That's not far-fetched. Okay, so like we said, you've been in the league. You've been here in New York for 6 years now. Mm-hmm. What has been your, like, welcome to New York type of moment? Have you had that yet? Like, what has been your, whether it's at a Knicks game or whether it's even at the stadium, meeting one of these Giants legends that's moving around, like, what's been your welcome to New York moment?
I would probably say, kind of said it, going to the first Knicks game, because I actually didn't even go to the first one of my own. My dad was like wanting to go. He's like, I've never been to Madison Square Garden. He looked it up. He's like, man, there's a game tonight. We should go to the game. And I was like, all right, I'll go, whatever. And we go, and it was just dope. Like, we ended up sitting courtside, and they have you sit in the little room, and it was just kind of like, sometimes you just kind of forget like where you are in life. Like I was, I just wasn't expecting that. And then it's like, we win, and they're like, oh yeah, you guys can go sit courtside. And me and my dad was down there sitting courtside. It was just cool, experience with my pops, but at the same time, it's just like, it's kind of was like you made it type of feelings, and I think that was probably definitely a welcome to New York moment.
Yeah, I had the same type of moment for me. It was, there's just something about Madison Square Garden. It's something about the Knicks. It's something about the level of celebrity too, right? Like Ben Stiller's walking around, Denzel might be at the game, obviously Spike Lee's at every game, like, and these guys that you see gracing like TV stages and award ceremonies and movies, and these guys are just walking around a Knicks game. Like New York just has a different vibe at Madison Square Garden for sure. All right, switching gears, and we're gonna talk wide receiver a little bit. Give me your top 5 receivers of all time. Your top 5 list.
Randy
and this
Moss.
might show my age right here. Let's see if he really digs deep on who these receivers are, and we have the same list, so we'll see.
All right, top 5 receivers of all time. Randy Moss.
Okay. In any order.
Okay, yeah, this is any order. Randy Moss, Jerry, strictly because his numbers are just astronomical. Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson. I'm gonna say. I'm trying not to have recency bias. I'll say Chad Johnson.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a sneaky pick. Okay, I like that. Why Chad specifically? I mean, he's probably got some of the best feet in the game.
Yeah, I think I think I can't think of somebody off the top of my head that had that type of ability to run and stop and get open. And I mean, I think it's an underrated thing kind of for receiver play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, other guys you get more credit for like the jump balls and the deep balls and all that, but like I don't know that there's been too many people that have the line twitch and an ability to stop start like he did.
It's funny because now that, like, you know, he's retired for a number of years now and we see highlights, and obviously he's still very much present in the media space, we're starting to appreciate Chad a little bit more now, I feel like.
When you really watch his stuff, it's like,
yeah, I think we're circling back to it and being like,
try to find somebody else whose film looks like that.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. It's not easy at all. So that's a solid list. I like that. You didn't have any recency bias there. You had the GOAT Jerry in there, Randy.
Yeah.
You did. Okay, nice.
Julio's normally when people get caught up on.
What's that?
I said Julio's normally when people get caught up on.
Yeah, I was, but you rounded it out nicely. I won't. There's always one that's like could be subjective, and I could pick and prod.
I'm not gonna lie, Julio,
because T.O. could be in there too now.
I thought that name.
You know
I
what I'm
almost said
saying?
that name. The only reason I didn't say T.O. is because I think that Chad Johnson's brand of ball speaks to receiver more than T.O.'s did.
Okay.
T.O. is super gifted and super great, but like, if you're a young receiver watching T.O., you kind of just walk away from the fact that he's better than me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
like
exactly. Yeah.
You know,
Chad felt like if you worked on it enough, you could actually
do that.
Yeah, exactly. So that makes sense. So I'm a Jersey guy. I love this area. I grew up here. Like, this is just, and I think we have some of the best food spots and just spots in general. Obviously, New York, New Jersey area. So give me some of your favorite, like, New Jersey, New York restaurants or just spots to hit in general, whether it's to watch a game, eat food, catch a vibe. Like, what's your favorite spots in the tri-state?
So in Jersey, I'll probably say restaurants, Sophia, 130 Club, Haven. It's over there in Edgewater. They got really good appetizers. I like Haven's appetizers. They got solid entrees too. But I'm more of like a burger wing guy. So there's this place called there's a small restaurant called Burger Play in Fort Lee. Fire burgers and wings.
Really?
Yes, fire.
And I live in Edgewater. I've never even heard of Burger Play.
I'm just telling you, it was a map find. Like, I was on maps looking for something, and I was like, I'm gonna just go try the spot. Fire.
And you pulled
them
up
and Marty's in Fort Lee. Good burgers and shakes too.
I love that. Okay, now, damn, I gotta pull up the Burger Play. That just tore me up right there. I want to talk style a little bit since that's such a big deal. Obviously, right? A lot of football guys, a lot of your teammates obviously coming into the stadium. What would you say your style is like, and how much energy are you putting towards your? Why are you laughing? What's going on?
It's like the worst possible question for me.
What's your style? Give me whatever it is. It's fine. Like, what's your style? What is Darius Slayton's style? And when he wakes up for a game, how are you putting your look together to walk into the game?
Probably a completely different approach than like everybody else in New York, but like my game approach is like, let me just try not to stick out. Like, let me just wear something that just looks respectable.
Yeah.
And like, nobody's gonna be like, whoa, it's something crazy, but they're not gonna be like, why does he have that on? Just like, you see it and it's like cool, and you just kind of keep pushing. Like, I stay in my lane. Like, fashion's not my thing. Like, I don't have like the vision.
Okay.
Like, you know, people go shopping and they're like, oh, I can put these pants with this hat and this shirt. Like, that's not me. Like, I'm just looking at shirts and shoes and socks.
And whatever
like,
looks good and whatever just.
Yeah, it's like whatever just like doesn't throw off the eyes, like cool. Like, it, you know.
I love that. Now let's talk about something you do love. You're a car guy.
Yes.
Right. You love cars.
Yeah.
Give me what's in your arsenal right now. What's in your garage? Like, what's your favorite cars that you own right now?
Yeah. So right now, small collection, but I got my truck, my TRX. That I drive, abuse actually every day. I love that truck.
That's the everyday joint.
Yeah, I love that truck. I have a 765 LT McLaren, which is kind of like the weekend runner. And then I have a Demon, like the Dodge Demon.
Okay. But
I don't really drive that much. That's kind of on ice.
Those are 3 solid joints. Name me 3 teammates with the best cars on the team.
Isaiah Simmons. Actually, probably Malik. Malik's got a.
What's Malik driving nowadays?
He has a Urus and he has a
Okay.
Hellcat. And I actually hate a lot of the cars on our team because we have the most like basic.
Yeah.
Like,
But there's a
be
couple there's a
creative.
couple standouts out there.
There is.
Standouts.
I mean, I'll give Jalen Hyatt has the GT63 AMG Mercedes.
Saw that one. Yeah.
I'll give that some respect. Aziz and Zay, they have the Maybach truck.
Okay.
I'll give that some respect. I like the Maybach truck.
What are your thoughts on the Cybertruck? Be honest.
It's a microwave, man. I'm just gonna say it. It's a microwave.
It's a microwave on
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not.
disagree.
I'm not driving anything that doesn't have a motor.
I don't disagree at
Yeah.
all. You got any game day superstitions? Like anything that whether it's like a routine or I was the type of guy that, I mean, we talked about this on the last show and there was like an eerie silence when I brought it up, but I used to wear the same socks. So I was a dude that doubled up my socks and I wore the same socks and didn't wash them since like rookie year. But yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
You see that silence that just happened in
Yeah.
here again? It happened
Yeah,
twice. So any superstitions, I'll digress there. And any superstitions you got?
I don't really have any. I think my superstition is that I try to not have a superstition because I
Love
feel
that.
like if I do something consistently, then like if I don't get it that time, then I'll feel off. So it's like I like to feel like no matter what happens that day, like I'll be able to do what I need to do. So
Yeah.
maybe I guess that's my superstition.
I love that. Obviously, I've come across paths with you for a number of years now. You're very chill, very reserved. Has anyone on the field tried to like rile you up? Any trash talkers? Anybody try to get in your head or like talk to you? And if so, what has been your response? Are you talking back? Are y'all having a little feud throughout the course of the game? Because I was kind of the same way. I was never really talking trash, but when provoked, now it's up. Like now I'm like, okay, let's do this then since you want to do it, So how do you handle it?
Yeah, I say take same approach.
Okay.
Like you start with me, then now it's up the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's on. Like when the next time you see me, you know what I'm saying, I'm throwing triple moves and quadruple moves. Like, it's gonna get grim for you the rest of this game. But, it's part of the game. Like I actually would consider myself a trash talker everywhere but the football field.
Okay.
For real. Like in normal life, like I talk trash all the time.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing, like, I got the pacifier in. So like
It's hard to talk.
yeah,
with
it's
the
hard to
bad-
like get something out quickly when you got to move the thing and all that.
But like I've been seeing a new trend that like dudes got the pacifier mouth, but they're not even putting it in.
Yeah, that's like a young dude thing. That's some
really
like young like
now,
college.
Are they
yeah.
using like another mouth, like the regular like?
Yeah, so a lot of them like let the passy hang and they have like a clear one in or something. So you're like wearing two.
That one I
mouthpieces.
don't get. Like
Yeah, they lost me
there's a
with that
lot
one.
of things that I'm out here for. I don't understand that one, but
Yeah, they
kids
lost
will be
me- they lost me with that one.
kids, man. Okay, music. Like, what are you listening to? What's in your in your phone right now? What do you listen to before games? Like, what's in the musical choice selections right now for Darius?
Pretty much every morning like some type of R&B. Like I
Okay.
start with like calm music like when I'm driving
Same
in.
way. I think it's a receiver thing. Like we got so much on our brains,
Yeah.
like just day to day, week to week, before game day. Like I don't need the rah
Yeah.
music, right?
Yeah, I like to be calm. Well, Shep was different now.
I mean, Shep
I
was a
made that
different
mistake one time.
Shep was a
My
different
rookie
breed.
year, I got a ride from Shep, and
He's
at
a-
6 a.m.,
Oh, he's
we were
turned
coming
up.
in. This man cranks his G-Wagon, and I'm talking boom, 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 boom. I was like, whoa. I was in the passenger seat like, hey, man. Like, off the rip. Like, this is how you start your day?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speakers, we banging all the way facility. I'm sitting in the passenger like, Lord, please get us there. Gotta get out this car.
Yo, that Shep.
But-
No, shout out to Sterling,
Yeah,
man. That
Shep's one of
guy,
one, man.
He operated here
Yeah, he's
at all times.
that
Like
guy's
he did
one of
not. He did not care. So give me some artists. So what are some R&B artists you listen to? You rock on?
right now, Money Long.
Okay.
I like some stuff she's doing. I mostly listen to female R&B artists. I just
Love that.
prefer to hear the female voice sing. But Coco Jones, I like her stuff. Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
She hasn't dropped in a minute, but I like her stuff a lot. Those type of people.
No, Darius in his R&B pocket, y'all. You hear him? Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
I rock with Money Long. Like he's in a different type of pocket,
Yeah,
guys. He's in
telling
a
you.
different type of pocket.
Cover
All right, you're
this.
also a gamer,
Hmm?
right? What games are you rocking? Like, what's your favorite game? And what's the one game that you just like play for hours? Because I know gaming is like you could just be in front of that screen for hours, just rocking out, trying to beat every level. So what games are you on?
Right now, NCAA mostly.
Okay.
I've been on NCAA trying to build my ultimate team, work through the dynasty. Got a dynasty with my homies, so I've been trying to get Auburn back to national championship status. It's a tough first 2 years, not going to lie. We were struggling to get recruits.
Yeah.
Now we getting 5 stars.
I saw you guys got this quarterback coming in. So I'm on another show with Takeo Spikes, Auburn legend, obviously. And we have a group chat, and he's always sending different athletes and different things. And I always joke with him like, y'all got to send bigger bags to these athletes now. This NIL stuff is happening. The bags ain't big enough.
Hey, man.
And then he sent the 5-star quarterback you guys just got. Are you excited to see Auburn kind of get back to the
way that we've been this year? I'm like, I give them some money. We got to get them.
I'll give him some of my check.
Man, whatever we got to do to get them, we need them.
Oh, man, I love that. All right, favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time? I'll probably just say the Fast and Furious series.
Ooh, car guy. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You like Gone in 60 Seconds? That's a good one, too. Have you seen that movie?
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Is that Mel Gibson?
No, it's actually Nicolas Cage.
Or Nicolas Cage.
You got to check that out. If you like cars, check that one out. Gone in 60 Seconds. All right, now I want to play a little game. You ready for that? It's called This or That, and I'm pretty sure you know how to do it. I'll say 2 things, and you just pick one. All right? Beach day or snow day?
Beach day. Easy.
I don't disagree there. Shorts or joggers?
Shorts.
Shorts. Okay, sneakers or slides?
Slides.
Ice cream or chips?
Chips.
No ice cream? How you go beach day and no ice cream?
I like being cold.
Okay, got it.
So it's like it's got to be real hot for me to want some ice cream.
Okay,
like,
got it.
You know?
Maybe you on the beach having ice cream.
Precisely.
I should have worded it different. Okay, bagels or donuts?
Donuts.
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Why breakfast over dinner?
I just love breakfast.
You love
it's my favorite meal. Yeah, love
I
breakfast.
can tell the way your face lit up for breakfast.
Yeah, I love breakfast.
Oh, that's too good. Okay, sports car or truck?
Sports car.
Okay, passenger or driver? I'm judging
driver.
from the Sterling conversation.
Definitely driver.
Definitely driver. Okay, Kendrick or Drake? You pick a side. Don't shrug.
It's funny because like I'm really not even a big fan of either one.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess Kendrick since he won. Sure,
okay.
Kendrick.
LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Ooh, without head. Wait, hold on. Did
Yeah.
you even see Jordan play?
Oh my! Here we go.
I'm just asking. Did you see Jordan play?
Did you say Julius Caesar take over Rome? Like we knew Rome conquered everybody. Like, I didn't have to see him.
Disagree.
You know what I mean?
I'm just asking. I just find it interesting when guys pick Jordan over LeBron, or just pick Jordan in general, and they were born when he was already retired, or were very young when didn't see him play. So I imagine you're just judging that based off the highlights and things you've seen and things that you've heard other people say and things like that, right?
For sure. And like, 6-0 in finals, like what he's done is pretty hard to, it's hard to argue.
Never
against.
going to a game 6, like things. Oh, never going past game 6, rather.
Took 2 years off, came back, won 3 in a row. It's pretty undeniable.
It's kind of crazy. Do you think LeBron can do anything? Like, what would LeBron have to do to surpass MJ? He got 4 chips.
Let me give you my to all because I've argued many a LeBron hater in my day.
Here we go. Okay.
I've argued many a LeBron hater. So this is my thing with LeBron, right? Every other sport, if you just named who's the football GOAT?
Tom Brady.
All right. Who's the tennis GOAT? Female tennis GOAT?
Serena Williams.
All right. Who's the male tennis GOAT?
Rafael Nadal.
Roger Federer.
Or Roger Federer.
Cool.
Toss up.
All
Depending on
these
the
other
surface.
people in other sports, like Tom Brady's the GOAT because he won the most championships than anybody else. And even if they may not be the most, they have the best record in championship games.
Okay.
So LeBron, to me, at bare minimum, has to get at least 500 in championships. He can't have a losing championship record and be the GOAT. I'm not saying he got to get, the most championship wins ever, but at least he got to get to 500. You can't have a losing championship record and be the GOAT. Sorry.
So what have been some of the arguments that people, because some of the arguments I hear is he had a lesser team.
Yeah.
The fact that he made it 12 straight years was a thing.
Yes.
Like other guys don't even do that. The way that the guys were leaving the entire conference because he was in it and didn't even want to play against him until they got to the finals. So what do you say to those arguments of being like, well, LeBron shaped the NBA because people didn't even want to be in this conference for so many years? Like that, there's something to be said about that. Nobody was running from MJ.
That's a fair point.
They were just coming through that buzzsaw. That's really what it is.
Fair points, but they were just in the way getting knocked down. They just chose to get ran over.
I don't disagree, my friend, Darius Slayton. We appreciate you having you on the show. Continued success and great luck to you the rest of the season. And we'll see you soon.
I appreciate you having me on.
Of course.